Hey guys, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Incredible Anyway, where I talk about how to live an incredible life no matter what your circumstances are. In this video, we're talking about chronic illness, disability, and dating. And I have my good friend Shanna here with me. We're gonna talk about this together and answer some of your questions. Shanna loves vintage and flea marketing, and she has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and POTS, and she has a golden doodle service dog. As we're talking about dating, this is just two people's experiences, and like anything that's related to chronic illness and disability, experiences are going to vary from person to person. So this is literally just our experiences, and that's going to be, unique to our health issues, but also our age and everything in between. So make sure you remember that when we talk about different things. So the next part that we're going to talk about is what goes into a profile, especially related to having chronic illness and disability, because of course there are a lot of things that are going to go in your profile we're not going to talk about, but when it comes to having chronic illness and disability, we kind of have to think about, well, when are we going to share that information with the other person? And personally, when I was looking into doing online dating, I wanted to know this myself, and I read a lot of articles about when should you disclose, when should you say. And I think that what we've kind of come to is this is a very personal answer.
Extremely personal.
I read articles that said, oh, you should definitely do this or you should definitely do that. And I think what we really want to encourage you is do what is comfortable for you. You are the gatekeeper of your information. It is your life, and you don't have to tell anybody anything that you don't want to tell them. Mm-hmm. So tell them when it feels comfortable and safe for you. If you don't feel safe with that person or that sharing it on your profile, then don't do it. Do whatever works for you.
I completely agree. When it comes to actually filling out the profile, what I think is kind of great about having this conversation is Kelly and I are a little bit different in how we feel about it. I personally like sharing a little bit about my visible disabilities on my profile, so that it's not a surprise. It's there. It's part of me. And I don't mind sharing it. I don't mind putting it out there. If you look at a photograph of me on a dating profile, you can see that I wear leg braces. You can see that I have a cane. You can see that I have a dog. And I like that it's out there because that's me and that's who I am, and that's what I look like walking down the street. And I enjoy putting that out there. I want people to look at me and accept that visual part of me. I don't want to show up for a date and have them go, oh, that girl wears braces, And that's mentally how I feel safe. That's my safe space. I don't have to put that on my profile, and I know that and I recognize that, but that's where I'm at. And I would never encourage anybody else to do that unless they feel safe, unless that is their comfort zone. Any of my other disabilities, my chronic illnesses, they're not laid out there on display. I don't share them until I get to know somebody, which might not be for many, many dates. That might take a long time to get to know me, for you to learn anything else about me, anything else except for that little bit of visual. So it's an extremely personal thing to decide to share any medical history at all.
There are several different places in a profile that you can share those things. There's the what is your occupation question. What do you put when you put what is your occupation?
I put disabled.
And for me, it's really hard for me to put disabled. I can't work. I am not able to practice as the job that I went to school for. But it's really hard for me to put that. I so much want to be seen for who I am first. And I'm not saying that you're not. I don't mean it that way. But I want to be seen for who I am. And I often feel like if I put disabled, that is going to be one of the first things that they see is disabled, and not other things about me. So it's something that I've really struggled with. I now have content creator and For a while, I had dash disabled there, but I've kind of gone back and forth. Recently, I just deleted the disabled part, and that's just my own personal struggle with it. And then the other places that you can talk about your chronic illness or disability in photos. And you kind of mentioned that, that you have a photo. I actually, because of what Shanna had shared with me, I have a photo in my profile. It's of me standing next to my service dog with Benny. And actually, it's been interesting. A lot of people thought that I'm blind because of that photo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I do have that photo in my profile. And then the other part where you can talk about disability or chronic health issues would be, well, depending on the app, right? Because some apps have prompts and some apps have, where you can actually talk about yourself. So you can put it in your profile when you talk about yourself. And do you share about in your disability and your
No.
that section? I actually do. I say that it depends on the app.
So you put something about
I
being
do.
disabled in the actual.
Yeah, in my actual profile, I'm gonna actually read it. In this one app that just has prompts, for example, the prompt is I'm looking for. I list a few things, and at the bottom I say is able to see that I'm more than my disability. So
That's nice.
yeah, so it's kind of saying that, but also saying I hope you see that I'm more than my disability, which is kind of what I talked about earlier, right? With saying it's kind of talking about it, but not going into any detail about it. Another question that we got was, when do you disclose, if you do, your disabilities that may not be visible, or explain more visible signs of a disability?
It's really just specifically it's just a personal thing when you're comfortable. It might be in the profile, you say something small like we've talked about, or it's in chat, you say something.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video on chronic illness and disability and dating. If you have any questions for us, let us know in the comment section. If you have a video request, let us know. I am Kelly.
And I'm Shanna.
And you are not alone. Bye guys.
You are not alone in this world. You are not alone. You are not alone in this world. You are not alone.